negotiation. It's something that I think people deal with on a daily basis. It's just trying to solve conflicts with other people through discussion. So, I mean, we have conflicts and disagreements with people all the time, and there's a lot of ways we can resolve it. Sometimes they're not that quote unquote constructive, so fights, aggression, and things like that. And I think our society puts a premium on using more constructive approaches like negotiation, trying to, sometimes we might say, talk it out, discuss things. And that communication or discussion can happen across great distances between people. So an easy example is, let's say you have a couple and they're having an argument. That couple could be in the same room, or the couple, one part of the couple, I should say, could be in one room and the other one could be in a different room. They could be screaming at each other or talking to each other across rooms. They may be in different cities, different states, different countries. And that distance, that physical or geographical distance, can affect how people approach conflicts, how they negotiate their problems. So one of the interesting things I think about negotiation or conflicts is that sometimes we have conflicts over very minor things. Sometimes people say kind of little things or stupid things. But sometimes those conflicts can be over really major or important things. The example I like to give is going back to this couple example. Let's say the couple, they want to take a vacation. And something that I would think would be important would be, well, where are they going? What is the vacation going to be about? And one of the things that my research finds is that when there's greater distance involved between people, when they're communicating, when they're negotiating with people, they tend to focus on the big issues, the really important things, and they put less emphasis on, not that they completely ignore, but that they put less emphasis on those minor issues or the less important concerns, which can sometimes be a good or a bad thing. So a question a lot of people ask me is, well, is distance a good thing? Like, I want to know, if I'm having a conflict with somebody or I'm negotiating, is it better to have a large amount of distance between us or a small amount of distance between us? And I would actually say it really depends. If the conflict is over something that's really minor, maybe a trivial issue, and always the tricky thing about that is the parties involved have to both agree that it's a trivial thing. That may not necessarily be the case, but assuming that the people involved see the issue as something that's trivial or not that important, what my research suggests is that distance can help. Because people are focusing more on kind of those more important issues, they're putting less emphasis on those minor things, and so if there are disagreements there, it's easier for them to compromise or give in on those minor things. But if there's a major disagreement or major problem on something like a big issue, then my research would suggest that distance actually can hurt the negotiation, because that's what they're focusing on, and it's almost like those major conflicts stand out even more, and it really becomes difficult to resolve them.